Hi, it's Stephanie Patton again, your Stoughton Prevention Coordinator, here to talk about the results from the Stoughton Youth Health Survey of 2026. And today we're going to talk about connectedness. Connectedness is something that we measure in our surveys because it's a really important protective factor for students when it comes to making healthy choices. And so at the high school and the middle school, we ask students a number of questions to try to measure how connected they feel at school. And so here you're going to see a snapshot of a few of the questions that we thought were particularly compelling around connectedness. And so here at the high school, you'll see that really most students feel very connected to school. They believe that their teachers treat them with respect and care about them. They believe that there's a teacher or another adult who believes that they will be a success, which is a really strong protective factor. They feel safe in school. And this metric has been on the rise. We've really seen this increase over the last couple of surveys. And you'll see when we talk about other kinds of risky behavior that there's a connection between those behaviors, I think, decreasing and students feeling safe in school. We also know that students who feel connected and are part of the school at Stoughton High are significantly less likely to use marijuana and they're less likely to be high in school. So it really does serve to be protective to have those adults and those meaningful adult relationships. At the middle school, it looks very similar. Most of our students feel really connected to school. They feel like there are adults who would help them if they came to school upset. They believe their teachers care about them and treat them with respect. Again, school safety as a measurement has really increased, which is a really fantastic thing to see. Those are really strong indicators of students feeling connected. And of course, these numbers we would like to see continue to rise. Most students are feeling connected, and there's some work we have to do, but we're definitely trending in the right direction. We also measured this year for the first time, we took some snapshots around student attendance, and most of our students at the high school and the middle school believe that school attendance is important. We know that school attendance is so important to the success of our students, both academically and socially and emotionally. Most of our students feel like it is important to be on time to school. And here you can see what some of those reasons are that keep them from getting to school on time, primarily oversleeping. And you'll see later on when we talk about sleep data, some of our students are struggling to get the recommended amount of sleep. And so it's not surprising. And, knowing adolescents that oversleeping is kind of the number one issue here. We also know that most of our students are involved in extracurricular activities, and this is also really important because being involved really matters to students' social and emotional well-being. And so when students are involved with extracurriculars, they are more likely to report that they matter to others at school. They feel socially accepted. They feel like there is a teacher or another adult who understands their problems and believes that they'll be a success. And so, as parents, when we think about this, it's really important to think about how we can support our kids getting involved in some extracurricular activity at school that's meaningful to them. And what's exciting is at both the middle school and the high school, there are lots of ways for students to get involved beyond just sports or music or theater. Lots of students do those things, and those are incredible programs here in Stoughton and really can support those interests. And there's lots of opportunity for students who don't see themselves in those areas to find lots of other ways through clubs to get involved in their high school or their middle school. So this is fantastic news, and I'll see you in the next mini episode.